Hi everyone, it's Annalisa and welcome back to my channel. An important part, as we know, is really balancing the feminine energy in this connection because most divine feminines have been dominant in their masculine energy, and that is why your twin flame came in to activate you so you can balance out both energies. But an important part, which I talk about when I refer to triggers, is balancing and regulating your nervous system. And this is a big part of learning to do that and what that really means, because it's going to be hard to go inwards if you're constantly being triggered by your divine masculine or others around you or situations that are going on in your life. And we know that we're going to get confronted with obstacles, right? It's inevitable. It's going to happen because we're still living everyday lives and other people are going to trigger us and things are going to happen. But when you can learn to really get a hold of those triggers, and that means regulating your nervous system. So if you feel triggered and something is happening in the 3D, then instead of going into a panic attack or your heart starts beating very fastly and or you react to a situation or a person, then you're being triggered. So learning what to do when that happens, that is part of regulating your nervous system. When you're able to do this, that's really helpful because then you're able to really to stay calm, and you can't do the inner work if you're living your life constantly triggered and overreacting to situations. However, this is all part of the soul's lessons for you. So it's all part of your journey. However, learning what you can do to regulate your nervous system is going to be helpful in those triggers that are coming up in your everyday life. So what are some of the things that you can do? So my favorite is breath work, and I've been doing this for a very long time, and I still do it when I get triggered. Now, I don't get triggered as often as I used to, especially in the beginning of my journey in 2019, beginning of 2020, but also before I even met my person. I absolutely overreacted to many situations in my life, and I don't do that anymore because I'm able to regulate and balance my nervous system. And breath work has been very successful for me. But there are other things that you can do. You can do somatic exercises, you can shake your hands, you can come back to mindfulness and using your senses. And I do that as well. Sometimes I'll like touch my hand to kind of bring me back to the present moment. Sometimes I'll go to the bathroom and put a cold rag on my face. That's also very helpful. So there are things that you can do to regulate your nervous system. Going out in nature or just going outside is going to be helpful because you may not always have the opportunity to go outside, especially if you're working, or maybe the weather isn't too good. So finding other ways to regulate your nervous system. And there are other areas that you can do as well. EFT tapping also is another area that you can do. Obviously, you can't do that when you're around other people. You start tapping, right? But you can do that when you're by yourself. And these are just a few exercises that possibly might help you when you get triggered, when your nervous system is not calm and at peace. So triggers is a big part of what happens to help you let go of the limiting beliefs. And that is actually what's happening. It's bringing up your limiting beliefs, the negativity, and your core wounds of unworthiness, neglect, being abandoned, right? These are all your major core wounds. And it's keeping you in fear. So this is a big part for the divine feminines to work on. And most of our lives, we haven't been taught how to work with our nervous system. We live in a society where we see other people react, including our own parents. And most divine feminines and divine masculine have a parent, if not both, have a mother parent and a father parent who have been wounded and unhealed. So you grow up most of your life seeing reaction, not learning how to deal with situations. It's not until you have an awakening that you become conscious that you learn that you actually can regulate your own nervous system. And this is really essential, even just as important as regulating your masculine and feminine energies, to really bring you back into the state of calmness, of peacefulness. And that is our core vibration. Our vibration is of love. Our vibration is not of hate or anger or reacting to situations. But unfortunately, throughout our lifetimes, we've been exposed to so much trauma and others going through trauma that most of us have not learned how to deal with triggers and regulating our nervous system. So I gave you a few examples of what you can do. There certainly are other things that you can do as well that I haven't mentioned. So regulating your nervous system is actually key in your overall wellness in general. So feel free to comment below. If you need more help in this area, feel free to reach out. I'm sending you all so much love.